I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. My wife and I recently enjoyed a trip to the Middle East. When we were in Jordan, we had the really unique privilege of dining in the home of a local family. Homemade food was delicious and forgettable. The dish they served us, they said they did on big occasions and would be the dish they served the king if he came to dinner. Another memorable part of the evening for me was the conversation about money. Imagine that. As a financial planner, I couldn't resist steering the dinner talk toward finances. Specifically, I asked our host, how does inheritance work in Jordan? His answer was straightforward and to him unremarkable. Under Islamic inheritance law, a wife typically receives 1/8 of her husband's estate. The remaining 7/8 goes to the children, with sons receiving twice as much as daughters. 1/8. My brain kind of screeched to a halt. I missed the next few minutes of conversation as I mentally tallied up how that could possibly work. Finally, I asked the wife how she could manage on such a small share. She smiled, completely unfazed, and explained, "My children would take care of me." Then with a laugh, she added, "It's very important for women to take good care of their husbands so they don't die or divorce them." Well, her lightheartedness additionally floored me. Here I was, still spinning over the math, and she seemed perfectly at peace with it all. It wasn't until I learned more about the broader framework of Islamic inheritance that things started to make some sense. The 1/8 isn't meant to be her sole financial lifeline. Islamic law provides other safeguards. Widows receive financial support during the mourning period, and any unpaid dowry, a debt due upon marriage, becomes a debt on the estate, and male relatives such as sons or brothers are obligated to step in if needed. Now, obviously, this is only a brief general overview that does not touch on other specifics and the complexities of Islamic estate planning that would apply for different families in various countries in different circumstances. But overall, it is a system deeply rooted in familial interdependence. The responsibility for widows rests squarely on family members, reflecting a culture where support networks are built on kinship rather than institutional safety laws. During that same trip in Egypt, I had an enlightening conversation on this same topic with a father. He explained that many young women are pursuing higher education, often in Europe or the US, to safeguard their financial futures. He said, "My sons will be fine, even if they become janitors. They're men. But my daughters need education to survive." His own daughters were studying medicine and law careers that promised financial independence. Now, it was clear that while tradition still governed this system, modern realities were prompting women to create their own safety nets. In the U.S., as well as other Western societies, we've worked for decades toward gender equality in finance. Despite legal protections like joint property laws and pension rights, women in the U.S. still face systematic hurdles, which are minor in comparison to many of their Islamic sisters. Now, what really struck me most about the women that I met in Jordan and Egypt was not resignation. It was resilience. They weren't waiting for the system to change. They were finding ways to adapt within it. Now, I may never fully grasp how a 1/8 share inheritance can feel like enough, but I left that dinner table with a deeper appreciation of how cultures prioritize family and interdependence. Maybe the strongest lesson is not the advice of our Jordanian hostess to take care of your husbands, but a broader one to take care of your family, your spouse, and yourself. It was a reminder that financial security, no matter where you are, is about more than numbers, about more than money. It's about supportive relationships and finding creative ways to thrive even within imperfect systems. Thanks for listening.